Alright, today's Saturday, August 25th. I want to do an update here on the aquaponics system. These are my chili plants they've been setting fruit for some time, and the chilies are finally beginning to get red. You can see this one here is starting to get a little tinge of red on it right there. And these are a good size. These are from Eastern Europe. They're supposed to take longer to get red, but they're supposed to have a thicker pulp on them, and they also get a little bigger as well than the kinds that I'm more used to getting here. Now I'm getting mixed results. Some of these, for example, this one, and there's one back in here I saw a little while ago. There it is. See that one back in there? That one right there. That one's very small, but it's red. So I don't know what that's due to. Maybe somebody who knows more about growing chilies can tell me. But for the most part, these are looking pretty good. Plenty of growth on these, and they are finally beginning to turn red. So these are all in the raft portion of the system. In case you haven't seen past videos, there's another nice sized one right in there. And back here we have a few more. So these are in the raft portion of the system. You can see I have three rafts in here. The other plants you see in here are arugula. They've been in here, it seems like forever. I keep cutting. When I see nice healthy leaves on them, I cut them back. And of course eat them, and then see if the plants come back. Most of the time they do, but these rafts used to be full of the arugula, so obviously not all of them do. You do end up tossing some out every now and then because they just can't survive all the cutting. But anyway, that's the raft system. Over here in the wicking bed, I just did a video of my vermicomposting system. And that vermicomposting system works hand in hand with these wicking beds. These wicking beds have dirt mixed with vermicompost in them. That's about 50% of each. And so I've had this spinach in here for the last I don't know how many videos, which means however many weeks. I keep cutting it back and it keeps growing. So it looks like I have a nice supply of lettuce. And then in here there is more arugula. You can see in there, it's looking very good. I'm definitely going to take some out today. And these gravel beds, they're pretty empty right now, but this is some basil that I have in here. That's really taken off. For some reason the plants in this bed have grown more than the ones in this bed. This is the same basil plant, same planted at the same time, at the same size, and it hasn't grown nearly as much. And also this purple basil as well. Hasn't grown as much as this one. And my theory is that I discovered on this gravel bed a few weeks ago that it wasn't draining all the way. The bell siphon wasn't working, and I discovered that the drain pipe underneath had probably got knocked or something, and it just wasn't pointing down as much as it had to in order for the bed to drain. This is the pipe I'm talking about right here that comes out of that bed. And so I don't know for how long it was like that, but if the water doesn't drain completely out of the beds, then the bacteria you have in there have to convert to their anaerobic metabolism, and that doesn't turn ammonia into nitrate. So that means you have less plant food. So anyway, I discovered that a few weeks ago. I fixed it, and I don't know how long it should take for those bacteria to switch back over, or for the aerobic bacteria to take over, but that's the only explanation I can think of for that. And then in this gravel bed, just some herbs in there. I haven't done much of that. Here's another wicking bed that I set up a little while ago. Finally planted something in it, and kind of embarrassing. I'm not sure what's in there actually, because I took a bunch of different kinds of seeds that I had and I just threw them in here. There are some arugula and also some Brussels sprouts, and I threw some radishes in there. These could be radishes. And so I'm not really sure what sprouted. It wasn't very scientific at all. I did the same thing in this gravel bed. I threw various different types of seeds in here, and I do see some things that have sprouted in here, in there as well, which could be those. I threw them in just to see if I could get seeds just to sprout in the gravel beds themselves without getting them started in a seed tray first, because I'm lazy and I don't like doing that. Here's another one. So I don't even know what these are. These could be radishes or they could be spinach. I don't think it's spinach. Spinach usually spits out the seed on one of the leaves when it's coming up. So we'll have to wait and see what those are. And then in this wicking bed over here, I have some more. These are the same exact kind of chilies that are in the raft beds. I would say, you know, without being very scientific about it, that there's less fruit on these. I mean, this plant's only got one. You can see. This one's got a real small one on it over there. This one's got one. This is one of the ones that had a little bit of rot on it that I decided to leave in there. And this is no longer soft. It's kind of scarred over. So I think, but it hasn't grown the way it should be. So I can't say if that chili will be okay or not. Anyway, that's that. And then in this little tiny wicking bed over here, I have more arugula. But you can just see how nice and green that is. And that's because of the soil, because of the vermicompost and because of the way wicking beds work. So anyway, that's about it. This is the fish tank. Fish look good, the water's clean. And then here's my filter. The filter hasn't been cleaned in 2 weeks. It's got a lot of fish waste trapped in there. And we're going to clean it on Monday. And I'm going to collect the solids. I'm going to empty this barrel. This barrel's got a valve, a drain on the bottom. Goes over there. I'm going to collect the material in a bucket, and then I'm going to strain it through a mesh sack and collect all of the fish waste. And then I'm going to let it compost for a week or two just by itself, and then I'm going to add it to my worm bins. And I think that should work, so we'll see. I'll do an update on that when I do it. So that's about it. Thanks for tuning in.